Long ago, in the rolling grasslands of Zululand, where the acacia trees stretched their thorny arms towards the sun, there lived a zebra named Jabu, whose stripes were the envy of the savannah. Unlike the other zebras in his herd, Jabu's stripes were not only black and white, but shimmered with a subtle hint of golden dust that caught the light with every step he took. Jabu was proud, perhaps too proud, of his radiant coat. He would often wander away from the herd, parading by the waterhole, where the reflection of his stripes could be admired in the still surface. The other animals would watch him in awe, the zebras with a hint of jealousy, and the younger ones with wide-eyed wonder. One day, as the fiery sun retreated behind the baobab trees, an old wise monkey named Sizwe approached Jabu. Sizwe had observed Jabu's actions and decided it was time to teach him a valuable lesson. "Jabu," he said, his voice as rough as the bark of the trees he climbed, "your stripes are indeed beautiful, but beware the vanity that comes with them. It is not our appearances that define us, but our actions." Jabu flicked his tail, uninterested. "What danger lies in being admired?" he asked, his voice tinted with a dismissive tone. Sizwe shook his head, his wise old eyes saddened by the young zebra's arrogance. "The world has ways of humbling the proud," he warned before ambling off into the thicket. Days turned into weeks, and Jabu's vanity only grew. Then came the night of the new moon, as dark as the deepest caves. Jabu, indulging in his nightly admiration at the waterhole, failed to notice the silent approach of shadows beyond the tall grass. Suddenly, hyenas burst forth, their cackles echoing menacingly under the starless sky. Jabu, caught off guard and alone, sprinted away, the hyenas snapping at his heels. He managed to escape, but not before brushing against the rough bark of a magic baobab tree, sacred and powerful, hidden deep in the savannah. The next morning Jabu awoke in a small, secluded grove. He felt different. Rushing to the nearest pool of water, he gazed down and gasped. Where his beautiful stripes once shimmered, there was now nothing but a stark, plain white coat. His precious stripes were gone, stolen by the night and the magic of the baobab tree. Heartbroken and humbled, Jabu returned to his herd. The other zebras, who had once envied him, barely recognized him without his golden stripes. However, instead of mockery, they offered comfort. "Your stripes did not make you one of us," they said. "Your spirit does." As days became seasons, Jabu learned to live without his stripes. He discovered kindness, courage, and humility. He played with the young foals, protected the herd from predators, and even befriended old Sizwe, sharing stories under the shade of the acacia trees. Years later, as the golden light of dawn bathed the savannah, Jabu's coat began to change. His stripes, earned back through good deeds rather than vain pride, returned more beautiful than before, not with the glitter of gold, but with the richness of ebony and ivory, balanced and true. Jabu, now old and wise, often told his story by the waterhole, where once he had admired only himself. "True beauty," he would say, gazing at the reflection of not just himself, but of the whole savannah around him, "comes from the deeds that color our spirit, not from the colors that adorn our skin." And so the zebras of Zululand learned that vanity has little worth next to virtue, and that sometimes losing what we hold dear can lead to finding what truly matters.